Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I am Zach Seminar.
And I'm Maria Delgado.
And with that, ntTV News is on the air. With the multi-camera setup in a studio with a full crew, ntTV News has come a long way since its first show.
Over the years, the news element has grown considerably. When I first came, we were doing 1/2 hour a week that was pre-produced. And then we started doing a few more and a few more and a few more. And ultimately, we do what we do now, which is 9, 1 in Spanish and 8 in English. This office that I'm sitting in right now was our studio. We actually did the news in here. And it was set up in such a way that behind me, where my bookshelves are, is where the VTR and the director and the audio person sat. The screened area to my immediate left is where the 2 anchors sat, and the 2 cameras were where my desk sits. And one producer would be outside with the door closed, cueing the master control, which was across the hall, and that's how we went on the air.
Before he was the news director, Blaine Skiles was just looking for an opportunity to get involved and be on the news.
As far as getting into news goes, I think that it was kind of always there. I really enjoyed news from an early, like teenage years. I really enjoyed, reading the news and current events, and kind of just always saw the importance of it. So I went to a table for ntTV at Mean Green Fling my very first semester. This would have been August of 2012. So like I said, 2.5 years ago. And they told me about it and told me about the opportunity, so I just decided to audition to be an anchor. And really enjoyed the audition process and everything, and that's kind of how I got started. That first semester, I was a new news anchor and a reporter for the news, and then the next semester I started as a segment anchor for the nightly news, and then after that started anchoring nightly.
Sports is also very prominent in news as well, and Zach Seminar's ultimate goal is to actually become a play-by-play announcer, and he's been practicing it for a long time.
Back when I was a freshman in high school, me and my buddy teamed up on our public access television channel. We did the boys and the girls basketball games, and our freshman year we weren't very good at basketball, so we decided that we wanted to stay in sports, and the only way to do that was to broadcast the games. They didn't broadcast the JV games, so our sophomore years when we really got started, we got a couple of stats guys together, a couple of camera guys together, and we started out doing those JV games, and we did such a good job that they gave me and my buddy the opportunity to do a couple of varsity games at the end of the year. That transitioned into our junior and senior years, where we were able to go ahead and full-fledged and do all the varsity games. I also did football by myself. That's kind of how I got started, and then it just came down to research where I wanted to go to school. Picked North Texas, knew that they're the Syracuse of the South, and came here, and that's how it all really got going.
Pounding into the end zone, running right over Xavier Walker for a touchdown.
While others know exactly what they want to do, some volunteers try a number of positions to see exactly where they fit in best.
This semester I've had a lot of fun with sports reporting. I have a really good partner. We've made 4 packages, I believe, and it's just been a really good experience because I've gotten to do both sides of things, like the camera work and the talent behind it, I guess. So it's given me kind of a visual of how both things work.
Though they all work different positions at ntTV News, these guys know the importance of working or volunteering at the station.
Being able to go to an interview and say, I know how to be the assignments editor, because every day I go in and I'm looking for stories to assign the reporters on. I know how to be the executive producer because every newscast, I'm in there, you're helping the producers, you're helping, you know, the talent, you're giving advice, you're revising scripts, you're approving scripts, you're, you know, giving feedback, you're doing talent coaching, and then, you know how to be the news director because you manage the news department. You
have that real feel. You go down in that studio, you know, it's pretty much like walking into a small market television station, and you got the green screens, you got, you know, the floor directors, the camera operators, the directors, technical directors. You have all these pieces put together, so it really makes you feel like you're in a real newscast.
I've talked to several people who have worked with ntTV, and they have a job lined up right after college just because they're part of this. And I just know that I've contacted news programs so far, and just saying that I'm a part of ntTV is really helped open a lot of doors.
Volunteering at North Texas Television News gives you that competitive edge after graduation. Experience obtained by working on a news broadcast is something that cannot be bought. As always, I'm Tanner Long for ntTV News.